Hello and welcome to Sebring. We've got an hour race today on the default date starting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon with real weather. Standing start, no pit stops and a default progressing circuit. And that will be after a 30-minute qualifying session of which has run, and we are starting 21st today. The qualifying pace was very, very high. We'll see how it pans out very, very shortly. We're racing the COPA-B Mini Cooper. It's all COPA-B class today. We've got 40 cars on track in total, including ourselves, 118 skill level, 1.17 wet skill scalar, medium aggression, and ×2 mistakes. So, without further ado, let's get trackside and let's go racing. A little bit of contact there. All good. They are very good through that last corner. It's on a good first lap though. So we should be seeing the AI and Daniel's car, his Mini, being much closer together now, so Daniel shouldn't be like scampering away. So there should be a lot more cars in the mix at the front of the field now. Nice. So just for information, the fuel map is on normal at the moment. That may change according to our race situation. But at the moment I'm not seeing anybody getting away, and we're having a good race. So I don't really see him need to change it. Too soon now. Ideally you wouldn't be on the inside curb at all. I think you got to say that their qualifying performance and their race performance are a bit out of balance, really, because their qualifying was like seconds faster, and their race pace is about right, isn't it? Oh, a little push. I'm sure there was a little push there. That's a bit harsh to get a track limits for that. Let's let him go, I think. Bit rude, that. Feels like I'm getting some frame rate fluctuations, but I've got it in the top left corner of my screen and it's pretty steady, but there's something going on. There's definitely something going on, because it sort of feels like it's struggling with something. Lovely circuit to drive. It's got bags of character. Well, I say bags of character, not as in like undulations and, you know, bits and pieces like that, but in its track surface has got loads of character. A bit tighter than normal. Come on. There's quite a big pack, isn't there, up front? But you'd say there's a clear like lead 4, and then there's the rest of us after that. I'm just going to put the fuel map down to lean now. Now we'll bridge that gap. Sorry, mate. think lean fuel's just one step too far, I think. Around the outside. Wow. Oh, brake too late. To leave the fuel on normal. We'll judge it on the end of this lap and go from there. Got a long way to go yet though. I suppose we're about where we were last lap, aren't we? Really? Bump it up to normal again. These little Pumas are very quick in the corners. Quite a fast pace they're setting as well. Well, that's excellent, that is. We can latch onto these four now. That will be even better. He hasn't given up, has he? Right on the edge of the grass there. That was quite sweet through there that time. These four are breaking away a bit, aren't they? Nice. They screwed themselves over, didn't they? That was quite sweet as well. Been a good lap this one. Daniel's dropped back into the clutch with the other two Fiats. I think this deserves a 6-hour race, this one. It's absolutely brilliant layout. Yeah, I think a bit of multi-classing. 6-hour race, I think, for this. It's absolutely brilliant. It's so fast through there. Unreal. So I think they've increased the pace just a little bit. Right, let's take a turn, shall we? Make sure I give them a bit of room. I thought he was going to take my rear corner then. You intimidated me, you little bugger. Still, we're not even halfway through the race yet, so better safe than sorry. Blimey. Mugged. Missed my apex completely there. Fair enough. Ooh, 305. That's not good, is it? Needs to be a good boy. I'm making a right old hash up of this lap, aren't I? Come on, Andrew. Sort yourself out. It's been a terrible lap so far. side there, haven't I? We're playing with fire here, Andrew. I need to stop being a bit so generous, I think. Being a bit of a wimp around these other cars. Give them a bit too much respect, I think. A bit of a mistake there from the white Uno. See what we can do with this. Without whacking the microphone. That's really tight. That doesn't give him much room at all. Oh, he's there. He's on the inside. No, he's good. Absolutely no let up at all. Dan in third. A bit late on the brakes there. Right, let's make this a bit more interesting. Let's drop the fuel level down to lean. So I think I've kind of got the measure of it with it on normal. So, right, fuel is now on lean. Let's see if we can make that work. We've still got a speed advantage, even on lean, over the Unos. There you can get a slipstream, that's cool, right? Around the outside, cheeky. On the edge of the circuit there. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Got quite a good run onto the straight there. Yeah, they gave me a bit of a boot up the backside there on the way into that complex section. Went one step further than the last lap. Went from being right on the edge to over the edge. What's all the drinking for, mate? Thing is, we keep racing like this, the guys behind will catch us up. and we'll both lose out. But it will make for an interesting finish, won't it? A bit wide. That's it. You driving all the dirty stuff. It is impressive how they can take that bump in the middle of that last corner. But to be fair, the mini suspension isn't exactly sophisticated, is it? And I would imagine that the Uno's is not much better, but certainly got more travel than what the mini would have. A bit too quick in. I might need to get my rear bumper polished up, I think, after this race. That might have looked like contact on the way into that complex there, but I don't believe it was. I think it was me, how I drove the car, how I set it up for the corner. Not on purpose, just, yeah, just snatched the rear end a little bit. Contact there. Push me wide into the dirt. It was slight contact, it wasn't massive. Although there was contact, I don't think it's excessive. It's what you'd expect, I think. If you got, you know, it's what you'd expect of sort of a fairly aggressive driver. Yeah, fairly aggressive driver. That group behind us closing up as well. I'd like to try and finish this race on the lean fuel setting if I can. But I'm more than open to increasing it if I need to. Ah, it's a bit harsh. It's a very harsh punishment, that. Quite sweet. That's good. see. So, next lap's the last lap. Right, I need to absolutely nail this lap. Cannot afford to give him anything at all. He's dropped back a bit, which is very handy. If he's not careful, he's going to fall into Daniel's clutches. Oh, you idiot, Andrew. You double idiot, Andrew. You absolute donkey. I need to nail this last corner now. It's all on this last corner, and he's done it before. Come on. Have it. Well done, mate. Oh, that was great. And relax. Right, let's have a look at these times, shall we? Oh, and relax. Right, skip cooldown lap. So, we won it. Head of Torres, and then Daniel. And a sea of Unos. Yeah, so we've got best lap of 2:42.9. Wow. 2:42.2. 2:43.1. 42. Yeah, incredible. Right, that was great. Right, let's get into the replay and we'll get into the detail there, shall we? Well, what a brilliant addition Sebring is to the AMS2 track roster. Absolutely beautiful layout, loads and loads of history attached to it as well. Very, very technical circuit, very, very easy to make a mistake. It's deceptively difficult. There are key places like this very first section here, you have to hook up each and every little mini part of the section, because if you get the first bit just a little bit wrong, it just gets worse and worse and worse until you end up in a whole world of pain at the end of it, just there, as you saw there. So it doesn't take much, and it just gradually gets more and more out of kilter until you eventually get yourself in real trouble. But very, very cool circuit. Really, really glad that it's in the track listings now. It's got bags of character, but not in the sense you'd expect. So it's not like, it hasn't got an Eau Rouge, it hasn't got a Cadwell Park mountain, you know. It's got character in the way that it feels. So its track surface is, it kind of speaks to you. The only other track I can think of that's even close to it is probably Willow Springs, and that's probably another level again. But here, the way that the track surface interacts with you is, it gives it a real character, and I don't think it, I doubt it comes through on the video, but to drive it is just really, really sort of rewarding, and it's just the way the circuit speaks to you, it's just really, really lovely, to the point actually where I think I'll probably be doing a video in the near future based on my force feedback and how I've got mine set up, because I've recently gone from a custom force feedback file, say that quickly 10 times, moving to the default plus, and I think it's worthy of a video to explain the reasons why I've done it, and then not only that, but then how I went about doing it as well, and the end result of it. But moving on from that, that's for another day. So the AI balance here, it needs some work. It's a new circuit, but it isn't right. So qualifying pace is too fast. The AI are too strong in qualifying compared to the race, and I think their race pace is ever so slightly down on what it should be. Not by much, but just a little tiny bit. So I think there's a little bit of balance shifting there. I think that the qualifying needs to be backed off more than the race needs to be increased. But there's certainly, it's too far towards qualifying pace at the moment. I don't think it would be a major thing for them to sort out, but I think it does need to be looked at. The individual sectors of the lap, well, so the first sector is kind of nip and tuck, slightly in favour of the AI. The second sector is totally the player's domain, massive advantage to the player, and then the third sector, massive advantage to the AI. So that needs work, but it does produce good racing, as we saw. So I'm in two minds about it. But it comes back to what I would like to see, if it's even viable, is the AI cars having a mixture of strengths and weaknesses that match mine as well, so that they're not all strong in the same places, not all weak in the same places, and there's a variety there. But again, like I said before, it might bring about bigger problems and unintended consequences that, you know, it might be end up with a train of cars that just end up making themselves slower. So unless you know the ins and outs of the background and how it all works and how it all plays together, it's something I can wish for, but I don't understand the implications of it enough to really sort of go any further than with just wishing for it. We had our AI on 118 today, and that allowed me the ability to play with the fuel map to get the pace I needed in comparison to the AI I was racing. So we ended up actually running the lean fuel at the end against the P2 car. So I think that's why I say I think that the race pace needs to be increased just a little bit, because even at 118 that's pretty high. I think it could be just knocked up a little bit, and that would then force me to then use the normal fuel and then that then gives me that up or down option available, which I think would be the ideal. Yes, I could go to 119, but then we're out of whack with other circuits we've been to recently. So to make it level pegging with the other circuits, I think 118 is about right. So just a slight increase would be beneficial, I think, but you know, yeah, excuse me. We had a little bit of contact with the AI today, or the AI had a bit of contact with us, more like. It was kind of realistic in some ways, because in real life you're always going to have human opponents that try and intimidate others around them. So, and that was kind of what I felt. I felt a little bit like I was being intimidated to give a bit more room than I otherwise would have done. And then over the course of the race, I sort of learned I didn't need to, and that I could trust the AI to not do anything silly. So I think it's not something I would wish to change, I don't think, because like I say, it doesn't matter who you're racing. If you're racing a human, you're going to get someone who's going to push the boundaries of what's acceptable. And the AI today borderline did that, but ultimately had the respect to not punt me off. I mean, at no point was I ever in danger. There was a little bit of mild contact, and I got a little bit of a shove that pushed me just a little bit wider than I'd like, but it wasn't horrendous. So I don't think I'd really wish for that to change, because I kind of like that. I like that there's a couple of a-holes in the field that I need to watch out for as well. So I think that's a positive thing in balance, but I can totally see why some people would hate it. And it might be that if I was in a rear-wheel drive car, I might feel a bit differently about it as well. But in this situation, with what I've got today, I'm quite happy with how I was raced. So my brother's liveried Mini is under control of the custom AI file in terms of its strengths and weaknesses. It's the only other car on this grid that is. All the other cars, apart from our two Minis, when raced as an AI, are as per Razor intended. There, so we only use the custom AI file just to bring the two Minis up towards the front in a consistent way, so that I can pretend I'm racing my brother. Basically, that is it. So in the previous race at Buenos Aires, he was a little bit quick, although we could match his pace, but the other AI cars couldn't match his pace. So we've pegged him back just a little bit, and we brought the AI cars up from 117 to 118, and now the balance is pretty much where it needs to be. And I think that it was pretty much spot on today. Daniel didn't finish second; he was third overall. He had gapped fourth, and he was hustling the Uno in second. So we'll see if there's a consistent pattern, but the Uno would gap the others as well. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, and if we need to just tweak it here and there, then we will do. But I think we're pretty much in the butter zone now. We just need to sort of round off the edges a little bit, as and when we find things that can be improved. But other than that, yeah, I was pretty pleased with the performance of the AI today. It was a nice race. It was, yeah. So I think I'll just finish up with I think this circuit deserves a 6-hour multi-class enduro race. I was quite tired towards the end. My hands were aching a little bit, my arms were aching a little bit. Not massively, but you know, if I was to do another 5 hours of it, I think I'd be feeling it. So be a proper endurance race for me. So yeah, I think we'll be looking to do that in the near future. We'll work our way on a few other little things and just make sure that wet weather's correct and that sort of stuff, and then I think we'll start looking towards doing another revisit here for a 6-hour enduro. But that's for another day. Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked what you've seen, please consider liking and subscribing. And until the next time, we'll see you later.